And now I give the floor to the distinguished representative of the United Nations Office for South-South Cooperation.
Mr. President, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege to participate at the 4th International Conference on Small Island Developing States. I extend my thanks to the government of Antigua and Barbuda for hosting this extremely important agenda-setting conference for SIDS. It is a critical moment for transformational action on priorities that matter most for small island developing states, including climate action, reform of the international financial system, and delivering on the SDGs. At the United Nations Office for South-South Cooperation, we are committed to advancing sustainable development through robust South-South and triangular cooperation, particularly within the unique context of SIDS and other countries of the Global South. Our efforts will be continued and further guided by a bold new plan of action to build the resilience of 39 small island nations in tackling the world's most pressing challenges, with a focus on fostering partnerships that integrate South-South and triangle cooperation within the UN system and beyond. The support of the UN Office for South-South Cooperation to small island states encompasses a range of strategic knowledge-based and demonstration initiatives addressing priority development issues from the South-South and triangular cooperation perspective, and leveraging the expertise of the UN system on the ground and at the regional level. As the custodians of the UN system-wide strategy on South-South and triangle cooperation, our office is coordinating its implementation and also providing policy orientation for UN entities to ensure a coherent approach to South-South policy and programs. And stemming from the strategy, practical guidelines for the UN country teams to assist member states in implementing South-South and triangle cooperation at the country and regional levels have been developed and rolled out, and they will be aiming at putting South-South and triangle cooperation at the center of UN country teams' development cooperation framework. Through our partnerships with emerging and leading countries from the South, such as Brazil, India, South Africa, China, Korea, South Korea, the office has enabled and worked closely with the UN system to implement innovative approaches addressing the challenges of climate change in the South. UNOSSC has been a vital supporter for the SIDS through the SDG-aligned initiatives, and notably the SIDS have benefited the most from the India, Brazil, and South Africa Fund, what we call IPSA, and the India-UN Development Partnership Fund, that are managed by the UN Office for South-South Cooperation. And these initiatives have channeled over $55.5 million into 63 projects across over 30 small island developing states, supporting sustainable development at various levels. The projects have yielded to impactful results that pave the way for scaling up support as we embark on the implementation of the ABAS. With knowledge and experience as cornerstones for South-South cooperation and triangle cooperation, digital and innovation-related platforms and analytical capacity housed at the UN Office for South-South Cooperation make more than 950 solutions. Over 220 of them are targeted for SIDS, and they are all available on our digital platform, Galaxy. Similarly, our support for the Samoa Pathway has demonstrated the impact and the potential of South-South cooperation in driving progress for SIDS. Looking forward, the operationalization of the Antigua and the Barbuda agenda for SIDS, ABAS, will be an important and historic opportunity for the UN Office for South-South Cooperation to elevate its support to this vulnerable group of countries. We will take bold action to first contribute to strengthening the capacities of SIDS through the establishment of the Center of Excellence, namely through the Global Data Hub and the technology innovation mechanisms through the identification, evaluation, and documentation of successful development solutions and technologies from the Global South. Second, we will enhance platforms for cooperation on science, technology, and innovation. In this digital age, geography is no barrier to collaboration. And by engaging with research networks, technological resources, and innovation hubs through our digital tools, such as the South-South Galaxy and the Global Thinkers, an initiative that we have embarked on jointly with UNDP, we will create a virtual marketplace of ideas that empowers SIDS to leapfrog traditional development hurdles. Third, we will enhance human and institutional capacities. The greatest resource for the Global South is in its people. And by leveraging South-South cooperation, we will facilitate exchanges and training between SIDS and other southern countries, providing technical assistance, training programs, and policy advice to strengthen capacities. Fourth, within the UN system, the UN Office for South-South Cooperation will facilitate the mainstreaming of South-South cooperation and triangle cooperation through the UN cooperation frameworks in the SIDS also. Last but not least, we will work closely with the specialized UN agencies in promoting capacity building initiatives and economic partnerships among SIDS to help build resilient economies that can withstand global shocks. This is our vision and this is our commitment, and I'm sure that together we can ensure that the small island developing states are not left behind but are at the forefront of sustainable development. Thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of the United Nations Office for South-South Cooperation.